your appeal is complete. Once you have filed a protest, you will receive a notice, a hearing notification letter from the DCAD, which is the third item, with the time and date of your hearing. If there's a problem with the date, you're entitled to one change of the date or any time. Even if your value is not changed, you also have an opportunity to look up at DCAD on the computer. DCAD search by name or street address or tax number to see information about the property. If you cursor on the electronic documents, the ENS, to obtain a PIN code, use this code to see what information DCAD will submit at the hearing. This information is very important so that you can be prepared for your presentation. Once your property is listed, you click on the blueprint and your account will appear. Return to the main page and you will see main improvements. It's on the one that I had, it was on another page, so it's the last page in your documents. In the first column, you'll see a category that's called desirability in blueprint. There are 9 categories: excellent, very good, average, fair, poor, very poor, or and uninhabitable. No, in the years that I was there, only had one person that came up with some property that was uninhabitable, and he had a story about why he got the property. If you have a house in very good condition, and there are some appraised, some repairs that need to be made, take pictures and submit them with your protest form. If the appraisal district agrees to reduce your desirability, it could be worth a reduction of 4 to 5% on the property value. Next thing we talk about the appraisal hearing. Protest hearing can actually be handled by telephone or in person. And I was on the panels for 6 years. They were all 3-person panels. Due to the pandemic, they added the telephone. That you can do it by telephone. And a 3-person panel will determine the value of your property. Panel chairman will identify the property location and owner. Chairman will verify that both the owner and the appraisal board have exchanged the information used by both parties. The chairman will then affirm that the panel members have not communicated with anyone about the property, and that all testimony will be given under oath. The property owner or the agent will then be given the opportunity to present their evidence or allow the ARB representative to present their evidence first. Usually this is about a 5 to 7 minute allocation. Then at the end of the presentation by the owner, they were given the opportunity to present a value of opinion. Then the owner is allowed to cross-examine the appraisal district representative. Then at the end, the chairman will close the hearing and the panel will deliberate for. A vote will be taken and recorded by the district staff member or by the ARB member. Then after the hearing, the owner of the property will receive a certified letter reflecting their value. And like I said, you look at this, page that has the appraised value residential, you'll see the line is, the arrows pointing to the deadline. That's very important. I talked about the market at unequal value. That's on the notice of protest residential. And you'll receive that with your original packet. So you can check it. Market value, unequal value, or market unequal value. And then at the bottom of that, there's an opinion of value. That's very important to determine some value, some opinion of value. And then there's signature places for you, and that should be submitted to the. If you look at, if you go to DCAV, property by owner, you can look up, you will receive a lot of information from there. Whether the electronic document I was talking about is on the third page here, where the area is. And then the main improvements is the last page, that's desirability. And that is very, very important. I have a lot of information to review. Did you ask me about anything? Y'all have any questions about your property?
So, Bobby, were you serving on that panel? Is that what?
It is 6 years.
Okay, I thought that was it, but I went on to explain, just want to make sure.
And it was an enjoyable time. It was hard work. You all was yours, Joanne?
I had to comment. One thing I learned from Bobby serving was that they're not out to get you. They really are pretty helpful in looking at, showing the things. They're pretty grateful on trying to save some money.
That's good.
Yeah. It's doesn't, it's not like you, it's them.
Yeah.
No. Several things I want to end with is that some of the misconceptions is that the appraisal value, the tax value is based on the appraisal value. Yes, but the tax value is done by the county, the city, the government entities, the school districts, everything. So, the appraisal board doesn't have anything to do with what the taxes would be, but they can give you a suggestion on what it will be. Yes, ma'am.
Did you see more protests in later years than you did in the earlier years when you were serving there? The amount of protests?
No, it's about the same. Yeah, I was there. And I'm just trying to think. 06, so had to wait. Somebody at my church kept asking me about on the board. So I finally did it, but I had to wait 4 years to, so it would have been 10 that I was 2010, and then you have a 4-year term, and after that you have to go off and come back again. And when I was in the middle of my second year, when the state law changed, and then, you know, they said, you can only do it for 4 years. Like, oh, what do I do? So they let you end it. Now, the legislature has the first avenue, but I don't think I'm going back. I'm happy to do it, you know, get me there and come to the hearings. So we have 75 or something.
Have you seen a situation, Bob, where maybe a property was considered residential, and the property was abandoned, and I guess the unit itself sat on a large piece of property? Say you have 20 acres, you have a home on it, took out a residential loan, it was approved 30 years ago, take the home off. But the house was abandoned, and now you can't live in it, and it's too expensive to repair it. And basically, the only value of the property is just the land. But the land value, if you did a market check, is relatively low compared to what you paid for it 30 years ago. Can the state reclassify that property as land? Because you can't go get a home loan on it. Because
It has a home, that could be livable. You know, even if it was something happened.
what if the doors are open on the windows and animals have been living in the house for 7 years? I mean, to the point to where it's been robbed, it's been vandalized, like every window's busted.
Yeah.
Animals have been living in it. I mean, can you file with the state to have it reclassified as land? Because you can't, someone can't go get a loan for it, and it's probably not worth enough.
Your appraisal district.
They would decide.
Dallas appraisal district,
No, sir.
whatever, whichever one.
It's in another state, but I know of this situation. And I'm sure states will probably vary a little bit.
We should hurt you to try.
Yeah. Have you seen it, is what I was asking. Have you ever seen a scenario where they had the property reclassified
No,
as land rather than residential?
no, nothing like that. That was 6 years, we didn't come up with something like that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Any number of farms that say they can represent you for the appraisal district? Is it reasonable they can do a better job than you can do yourself? Should you hire?
Okay.
You gotta get behind the mic.
So, well, I can tell you what I've got on the place.
You have to repeat the question so people online know what the question is.
Can you actually, are you talking about a situation where you do mass, there'd be a part of a mass production or mass group or what?
I mean, you get letters,
Yeah,
Oh, you challenge it?
yeah, the challenge,
yeah.
and so do those. Well, is that representation effective, reducing your property taxes?
My experience is that when you're talking about not the agents, but the people do it, you know, hundreds. You can do 100 at a time, you know. And I sat in on that hearing a couple of times, and it is not, you know, if you really got a problem with your property, it's better for you to have somebody as an agent to represent you if you want to, and they can go to the hearing and represent you. You don't have to go if you don't want to. And I would recommend I don't really see a lot of, had somebody, last year asked me about that, and, there are 10 properties now. I didn't want to deal with 10 properties. But, I looked up later to see when it happened, and, 4 of them had reductions, yeah. But it depends on, the big deal is the pictures. If it can happen, most of the time, those hearings for, that are in groups, they last maybe 5 or 6 minutes. Not much time. And, you know, I'm not saying that they won't reduce property tax, but, you probably have a better deal with, if you want an agent that you know, or have somebody that you know that would represent you. Because that would be, you know, I had.
Are you asking, they can do a better job than you know what to do?
Well, won't those agents have a bigger set of resources to compare the values?
Possibly, because when Bobby's worked on, for helping people, it's a lot of work to go around, check out and stuff. Is that right?
Last 3 or 4 years, I've last 3 or 4 years, I've looked at some people, yes, it is a lot of time. One good example is there's a house right across the street from my house that had a fire in the garage. Well, the fire, they took the house down to the slab. So January 1st, I told them to take a picture of the slab, because that's the day that you've got to work with. And so they got a reduction that year, but they didn't other years, because but when they rebuilt their property, they didn't rebuild it like it never would be anything like ours or the other houses on the street. And so when I did when I looked at it and saw it, I said, well, the first problem was I saw the county was, I mean, the central district was comparing it to houses that were 2 miles away from us. No close comparison whatsoever. And I don't know why they did that. So I walked up my street, looked at things, and I noticed houses that were 1.5. I said, okay, compare them to those. And we did, and we were successful. It worked, even though they don't have a second story, just like they do outside. So there's a lot of things like that.
There was a time when I was looking for a home when I recently moved here 10 years ago. There's a part of the market where a realtor said to me, said, you buy the property. The idea was that scrape the property, start over, build whatever size house you want. Your property taxes were deferred for 2 years or a year. To 2 years, like you didn't pay property that you paid previous property taxes, not what your true bill is now. And it was like to help stimulate new growth in the community. In that scenario, what happens to the houses around you? Because obviously torn down a $1 property to go to $5 property, everything else is $1.
They probably wouldn't really have any effect they were about. One thing is that,
Or you're the bad person in the neighborhood at that point. You're the mean guy.
one thing that learned is that, the agents are pretty good. They can help you right here. But as far as the massive appraisals, you know, that's different thing.
I will share that I did challenge property tax assessment, and I actually won. Appealed what was sent to me, but I did go very well with it. I did what I'm assuming an agent would do, is I pulled the comps in the market. I also took in the home inspection that was originally a part of my process whenever I purchased a house. Documented all the things that were said that had to be repaired, and which had photos in it, and then took new photos of situations that weren't identified that were exterior that I was facing that I didn't know until you buy the property, right? Storm weather, things of that nature, and express and shared the investment I put into it. It wasn't empty. It was an intimidating position to be in there. It was a panel. But I stood and represented myself, had supporting information backed by, certified documents, and I was awarded to maintain the value of what I paid for my home. But then again, obviously it went up at the right time, but I wasn't assessed at the market around me. So you can win on your own. It wasn't easy. It was a nighttime course me and my wife did together, but it can be done.
Yeah.
And they listen. So.
Yep. Actually, not bragging, but when all six of the appraisal stuff done, where I represented somebody else's name.
Yeah.
But the value is it can be, don't tell them what the value is. And it is good to do that. If you talked about somebody that came in and gave you a list of everything like when your house.
Yeah.
Okay. One thing, if you go with that to the district, the first thing that they would do is to look for a certificate that will be there, should be there, that they're licensed in the state of Texas. If they don't have their certificate,
I am in touch with
It was part of the inspection.
Austin's people.
For the loan approval by the realtor.
as long as it was, he has that certificate there, you're checking. And they need to find out that.
Thank you, Bobby. I think I'm ready to protest now.
Okay.
Well, we appreciate you, Bobby, and that was very insightful. I learned a lot more about the appraisal district than I thought I'd ever know, so I appreciate that. Because knowing is half the battle, that's what G.I. Joe taught me. Sorry, I didn't watch that. All right, friends, I'm so thankful for your time and for your participation. If you were one of those that are helping me grade scholarships, please check your email if you haven't gotten it already to help me out with that. We have some eager students, quality students, and I'm looking forward to reviewing those and getting us some wonderful candidates. So I do appreciate your help with that. Patty?
Well, you know, you had asked me and certainly I will do,
Yes.
those weren't attached, or are you gonna give those to us? I just don't know what your procedure is.
Yes, when you got the email, was there a spreadsheet attached?
I guess I didn't go down that far.
Okay, check, and if you don't have it, let me know, because
Okay.
it should be a spreadsheet, and then you'll look for the high school that I signed to you.
Okay,
But if you have a problem, please call me.
gotcha.
Does anyone know the date for the flag prep in March?
Let's look at this one.
Dr. Bill Law. I'm the first.
Oh.
No.
Let's, no, I don't think we have a roundtable on the 16th. So let's go for the 16th of March. Saturday the 16th, that's right in the middle of the month.
It's during spring break.
Oh, yeah.
Is that gonna affect any of us?
I don't know.
You're gonna be out of town?
Me too, I'll be in California. Yosemite National Park.
Let's do the 23rd then.
Got it. We'll be together.
23rd of March for flag prep. We had a great time last time. I'm
We
gonna
did.
try to get Bob and Donna to help me pre-punch flags so we get this meeting done again.
Beautiful. All right, well, thank you, everyone. Please stand. We're gonna recite the full-way test of the things we think, say, or do. And I'm going to invite, let's see. Oh, here, Chris, I see you trying to hide back there. Will you lead us in our full-way test?
And wait, yes. Is it the truth? Number one. Number one. Is it the truth? Number two.
Is it fair to all concerned?
Number three.
Will it build goodwill and better friendships?
And number four.
Will it be beneficial to all concerned? May the Lord bless and keep us until we meet again.